How much do you know about the history of your own town? Frisco, Texas has a rich history that most residents don't know about. Driving around Frisco today, you'd never know that in 1970 the population was under 2,000 people. When most of us were born, the population had stood up to around 33,000. Today, the little town of Frisco, Texas is 5 times larger than it was when we were born. With 163,000 residents, much of the early history can be seen at the houses at the Frisco Heritage Museum, which is located just south of Main Street. We recently spoke with Jane Whitledge with the Frisco Heritage Museum about some of old Frisco's unexplained mysteries.
The city of Frisco was founded in 1902 when the railroad came through and sold the first lots. And this house, the Crozier-Covington house as we call it today, sat essentially where a store called the Richardson Bike Mart sits on Preston Road today. The family father, Mr. Crozier, he has a very eerie look to him. Children often comment when they come through on tours, his eyes glow. In the 1800s, when this house was built, people were superstitious, and they had things they did when they built their homes to protect against the supernatural. Here, on the 7th balustrade of this staircase, you'll notice it is upside down. The purpose of building your staircase with the 7th balustrade upside down is to keep the ghost from going upstairs and disturbing you in your sleep. It was a very common practice and appears to be working quite well. Frisco is not a very haunted place. We don't have very many ghost stories and nothing substantiated and nothing you will see in a documentary other than this. But the family that worked on remodeling the house in the 80s and early 90s did report that they saw apparitions. They also reported seeing a knee-high floating unknown thing that they called an apparition. They also had rare sightings of something darting around the corner right as they walked in the hall.
Frisco may not be the haunted city that places like Washington, D.C. and New Orleans claim to be, but it does have its share of unexplained mysteries. If you know of a mysterious location in the Frisco area, let us know. It just may need some investigation. For RACC-TV, I'm Hagen Gardiner.